What's good, YouTube? Dodgeman here, back with another video, and we are resetting my training cycle. And what you're gonna see on the screen right now is me starting intermediate small load. And today I'm gonna talk about two things: the importance of undulating volume in your monthly to yearly training. And I'm cutting for like probably 4 or 5 weeks to 100 kilos. So with that being said, let's talk about undulating volume. And what do I mean by that? What I learned this past year from running Sheiko for 1 whole year without, basically the longest rest I had was 2 weeks of just light work. I was still squatting, benching, deadlifting, but I realized that was the wrong thing to do. And basically my volume has stayed the same for the past year. And by the end of that year, I was tired. Every single training session for me just was hard. And I struggled to get a good session in. I was finding that I just didn't have the drive to train. Every set became a chore by the end of my last cycle or block of intermediate medium load. And got to thinking these past 2 weeks after failing my test week as to what happened, what's the factors that aggravated it, because that was the first test week I actually really failed. But looking back at it, it was actually the first test week I came in really tired, didn't really want to do shit. And as I said earlier, everything just became a fucking chore. So what the fuck am I supposed to do? What happened? And what I realized was the philosophy of Sheiko isn't to just stick to one volume scheme for the whole entirety of your training life or career. You have to undulate the volume of it. I can't just stay in intermediate forever, because that will just, in the long run, fatigue me to the point where I just can't progress anymore. That's what I think. And to start things off with that, I'm going to start with intermediate small load just to keep myself back, just make training not a chore anymore and try to enjoy it with really submax work. Submax volume, submax intensity, and just trying to recuperate, if you will, because my body just it's not recovered, in my opinion. So undulating volume is really important in order to make your body adapt and then readapt to different types of stimulus. If your body gets used to one stimulus, I believe it just gets tired. And I think I've gone too long on this topic, but yeah, you just got to undulate that volume, different stimulus, different times of the year. And I think it'll be better in the long run. You might gain strength faster on just, the same volume or increasing volume. But in terms of longevity, I think undulating volume, decreasing it, increasing it is the way to go. And as for cutting, currently I am 3 weeks into my cut. I started at 240 kg. Yeah, I know. 240 pounds, I'm sorry, or 105 kg, or 108 kg, I'm sorry, I'm rambling. And I'm currently at 103. I'm just going to cut to 100 just because I feel, again, really fat. So that's really all the reason is for cutting. I'm actually truly cutting now. It's a good thing to cut while I'm lowering volume. And when I'm going to go into the bulking phase again, increasing volume. That's it. Thanks for watching.